Okay, my first step, it says find the x-intercepts by factoring. Okay, so remember what we need to know about the x-intercepts is that the y equals 0 at the x-intercepts. So this equation, x squared plus 2x minus 15, instead of equaling y, it's going to equal 0. And it's actually telling me to do this by factoring. So I'm going to just go ahead and set up my factoring. I know this is x squared, so x times x is x squared. I need two numbers that multiply to negative 15, add to 2. So because it's negative, make it positive and negative. Two numbers that multiply to 15, how about 5 and 3? And they add to positive 2, so let's make the 5 positive and the 3 negative, right? That's negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. 5 minus 3 is positive 2. Okay, looks like this. And then I need to get x by itself, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides in this case and subtract 5 from both sides in this case. Okay, so I get x equals 3 or x equals negative 5. I'm going to put the negative 5 over here just to make my life easier because I know that's on the left, right? That's here. Okay, notice I'm going to graph as I go. And then this is x is 3. Remember, y is 0. So this is x is 3, y is 0. That point is right here. Okay, the y-intercept, remember, that means x is 0. So that looks like this. This is 0 plus 0 minus 15. That's negative 15. So here, x is 0 and y is negative 15. I'm going to graph that right here. Okay, the axis of symmetry. It's giving me the formula, negative b over 2a. So let's see, my b equals, look, this is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So my b equals 2. So, and my a equals, my a is this invisible number in front of x, which is a 1. Okay, so negative b is negative 2 over 2a is 2 times 1. That becomes negative 2 over 2. That becomes negative 1. Let's see if that makes sense. That's x equals negative 1. So I'm going to go to x equals negative 1. And I'm going to draw my axis of symmetry. Okay, that's my axis of symmetry right there. And I know that my parabola is going to fold in half over the axis of symmetry. And does this make sense? Yes, look, it's right halfway between my x-intercepts. I can already kind of picture what my parabola is going to look like. Okay, so I know my vertex is going to be like somewhere around here. Let's see. I know that my vertex is going to be on the axis of symmetry. So I know it's going to have an x value of negative 1. So I'm going to take my equation, which is x squared plus 2x minus 15, and I'm going to plug in negative 1. Negative 1 squared means negative 1 times negative 1. That's 1. Okay, not negative 1, and not 2. Okay, 2 times negative 1, that's a positive times a negative is a negative. 2 times 1 is 2. And then minus 15. Okay, 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Minus 15 is negative 16. Okay, and what was my x value? My x value was negative 1. So this is the point, negative 1, negative 16. So that's here, negative 1, negative 16. And that's perfect, right? I can see my parabola is going to look something like this. Okay, can make it nice and clear. And there it is. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Looks good.